everybody. My name's Taylor. I hope that you're having a good day. I hope that you are having a great day. But if you happen to be having a really terrible day, I do hope that it gets just a little bit better. All right, why don't we get started, shall we? Hello again, and welcome back to another episode of the Grief Brief. If you are new, as always, here's a quick rundown. My mom passed away in September of 2016. I spent the months that followed recording my thoughts and feelings, and I am sharing them all with you on the internet so that we may be less stigmatized in our grief and our mourning, and we may be more open in talking about those things. We are on episode 16 of the Grief Brief. And my oh my, thank you for sticking around. This is insane. So as always, I'm going to give you a little quick rundown as to what you can expect coming up in this episode. Oh my gosh. Basically, this episode is me watching the World Series. The Chicago Cubs won. I'm from Chicago, so that was cool, even though I'm a Sox fan. But basically, I sort of discuss more in-depthly the things that I've been hinting at. My loneliness, my depression, the idea of sort of being stuck in this feeling of grief, but trying to be happy, but trying to also acknowledge the grief and how complex that is, just trying to move through my everyday life. I also sort of talk about the idea or the question of like, how long is it going to take? You know, I think whenever you're grieving, there's always that question of how long am I going to be grieving? Like, sweet Lord, how long until I can laugh without also thinking about my dead mom? How long until I can enjoy some time and not in the back of my mind always sort of being like, this is kind of sad. And I'm here to tell you that that time has not yet really come yet, to be honest. It's a very long, bittersweet process, and it is not easy. So I sort of dive into that and into what that means and what that's like. It's something a lot of people experience. It's a question a lot of people have. And so I explore that, and I hope that you enjoy it or are enlightened or feel less alone. Alrighty. I kept it short this week. Finally. Enjoy! Hello world, it's Taylor. I am currently sat in my home, my apartment, watching the World Series by myself. Because nobody invited me out. Granted, I didn't ask anybody, so it's like twofold. Didn't ask anybody if they wanted to watch it with me, but I assumed everybody would have plans. So, I don't know. I don't know what I thought would happen. Regardless, I'm alone with my dog, and I'm drinking a lot of tequila. Margarita tequila. Because why not? And I'm doing a bunch of sorting through my mom's paperwork. Super fun. But I had a thought. I've been struggling a lot with feeling very depressed and low and feeling very happy, but at the same time, like this cloud is over me. And I've been trying to figure that out. Like, how long is it going to be until I am genuinely happy? Or, I mean, it's only been about 6 weeks since my mom passed away, so I understand that it won't be for a while. It's like when you break up with someone, you understand that you're not going to be happy for a long time, or you're always kind of wondering, but you still feel sad. So anyways, I am sort of dealing with that of how do I balance the fact that I just don't, in my soul, in the depths of my soul, feel good all the time, most of the time. I'm very grateful for the people around me who do make me feel good, but for the most part, I feel gloomy, or like I'm putting on a good face, if that makes sense. I was just thinking about that, of how long it's going to take, or how long am I going to have to fake it till you make it. I guess one thought I wonder is like, how long until I can like have a good feeling and not be overwhelmed by the afterthought that my mom isn't here anymore. I don't know when that will happen. It's hard, I think, because I know my mom wouldn't want me to sit around and be sad all the time. And she'd want me to like move on with my life, and you know, I want to make her proud in that regard. When will I get to a point where I feel good and I don't immediately have the thought, my mom is dead? When can I just feel good and that's it? That's all it is. It's just me feeling good. I don't know when that's going to happen. And it's hard to imagine that happening without feeling some type of guilt. Like, how am I supposed to honor her? And it doesn't help that I keep having people around me who question my method of grieving, who question me, and because they don't see me falling apart in their arms means that I'm not grieving the way that I should be. And I'm, if they spend all day crying, then I should also spend all day crying. And it's not in my personality, it's not who I am. So it's very frustrating in that regard, because you have people sort of telling you that what they see is not what they expect to see, so you feel inadequate and you feel like maybe you're not doing it right. Everybody grieves so differently, and that's so important to remember. Like, nobody is going to grieve the same way. The way you feel when someone passes away isn't, and the way you react and how you choose to carry on your life is not the same way that Joe Schmo is going to feel, and it's not the same way that your best friend or your mom or your dad or your cousin or your neighbors are going to feel. Everybody is going to have different reactions, and they're going to use different methods of coping with those things. For me, it's staying busy. It's always finding things to do to distract me and to focus on. It's just hard because the things that I actually should be focusing on and distracting, like acting, are sort of being put on the back burner, only because it's hard for me to feel, period. And it's especially hard for me to, like, give yourself so freely to acting when in the back of your mind you're still in such a Taylor spot. It'd be hard for me to pretend to be somebody else right now and do a good job without, like, in the back of my mind thinking about my mom. Like, she can't see this, or she's not watching this, or whatever. I don't know. It's just sort of where I'm at right now. Figured I'd let you know. Maybe you're interested, maybe you're not. That's fine. Do you. But this is where I'm at. This is who I am. All right. I'm going to go watch the World Series, drink this margarita, and do this boring adult stuff all by myself because nobody invited me anywhere. Everybody's having fun with other people, and no one asked me to join them. So, that's fun. Anyways, bye. And that was episode 16 of the Grief Brief. Yeah, like I said before, it's a weird process. Grieving is very bittersweet. It's not simple, it's messy, and it's complicated. And as time passes, it's hard to realize all of the ways that somebody's not going to be in your life and that they're not there, but also to try and enjoy it at the same time. Do what you can. Try to grasp onto the little bits of joy and laughter that you find, but it's okay if it doesn't come easy. It's not going to. But I hope that the rest of the week brings you a little bit of clarity and a little bit of peace. And as always, thank you so much for watching another episode of The Grief Brief. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, you can always reach out to me on any of my social media. It's listed below. There are also some really handy websites listed below that I find helpful, and maybe you might as well. If you've never seen another episode, or you missed all of, 7, 8, and 9 or something, there is a Grief Brief playlist. You can check that out. You can also subscribe to my channel if you want to keep updated on all of the things that I am doing. I hope that you have a great week, and I will see you all on Friday for another episode. All right, bye-bye.